Hi, soul family. How are you? Isn't that funny? It's probably because I haven't talked. I'm saying something in my head. Isn't that funny? I literally was. I was talking to you, but I hadn't said it yet. I've got a lot of Gemini in me. Air, right? What I was going to say was, isn't it funny that it seems to be, I remember my mom doing this. I'm getting to be more and more like my mom. That can be good and that can be scary. But she would say, she would go to say something and then she would clear her throat. Good morning, soul family. Right? But that's because we haven't been talking. I mean, there's nobody here but me and my cats, right? So I'd speak and then all of a sudden I hear Marge Simpson talking. So, have you ever sent an I love you? This guy's voice is so sweet. I'm gonna treat you right tonight. I promise you that no one else will ever treat you better. I know you don't believe me. Turn the lights down low. Right? So it's a gray, gloomy day in Canyon Lake. And I got probably 5 hours sleep last night, which is amazing, right? Because it's been 2. And I thought, okay, so today, since it was supposed to be sunny today, I thought I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna work on my little trailer and I'm gonna finish putting down the floor. And it's gotten heavy. It's gonna start raining again for like days. So after I do this reading, I think I'm gonna do that anyway. I'm gonna freaking go down there and get my floor put in because I can't handle this delay. I'm not made for delays and I've had nothing but delays for years, right? So, items to choose from. My moonstone just freaking burned me so bad. I can't get over it. I want to put it on this finger because when I buy my rings, I buy them for certain fingers, right? Because I don't like changing my rings. I like wearing them all the time. So this is the finger that my turquoise has to go on. This is the finger that my mom's ring has to go on because it's a pinky ring and it's how she wore it. And this little Ganesh ring, Marcasite, it only fits on that finger because my ruby has to be on that finger. And then my mom's ring, this is funny. My mom, I don't know why I'm saying what I'm saying, but I'm just gonna roll with it because there's a reason. My mother always wanted what I had. And I asked her friend about that once, her best friend. And she goes, and she would say, she gave me this ring. She never wore it. And I love silver. And she wore gold and I didn't like gold. So she gave it to me and I love it. And I wore it all the time. But then she started to see it on my hand and she said, can I have that ring back? And I said, no, you gave it to me. Like it was a present. She actually gave it to me. And she goes, and she kept every once in a while, she'd ask for it again, right? And I would say, no, Mom. I said, you know what? I'll buy you one. And she goes, no, I want that one. So then error needs to be cleared. So then I bought my moonstone. I got it, and everyone asks me where I got it. It's fabulous, actually, it is. And I got it at the coast in one of my favorite soul stores, Soulscape. And so when I guess when I paired them together and she saw them together, she thought, ooh, I like that. That looks really good. So she says, can I have that? And I said, no, you can't have it. It's my ring. And she goes, and she would talk in this little baby voice and she would say, yeah, but I really like it. And I would say, that's cool. I like it too. That's why I'm wearing it. And then she could talk about it all the time. So I thought, okay, I'll buy you one. I said, I'll get you one. I can go get you one. I'll try and find one like this. It's pretty unique, right? So she's like, no, I want that one. But then she ended up going out and buying one almost identical. She couldn't get one with a filigree on the side, but she got a stone that looked similar, right? I just think that's so funny. So I was talking to her. Look at me trying to wear it. I'm not comfortable with it on that finger. It doesn't work there. So I asked her friend, I'm like, what was that? And she goes, it wasn't that she wanted, because I said I would buy things for her. I'll buy her one just like it. And it wasn't just this, it was all kinds of things. And she said, and then I understood, and now I feel really sad about it. She said, I just wanted something with your energy in it. She didn't say that, her friend said that, but it's funny because she just confirmed that for me. So what I would have done was I would have worn it for a while, bought her something for a while, worn it, put my energy in, and given it to her, like I do now with my Reiki, you know. I miss my mom. So, items to choose from. Items to choose from. I know I've got too much on right now, but for some reason I feel like I need to wear those crystals. I've got amethyst, turquoise, and mother of pearl. Mother of pearl. I guess I just feel like being close to my mom. We're gonna use the Puffin. I know we've used the Puffin before, but we're gonna use the Puffin again. The last reading I did, I forgot to, I told you guys I was so exhausted, right? I could barely breathe. And I said that I was going to tell you what was the totem at the time? Wombat totem? And I forgot to do it completely, but I put it in the reading, so. The Puffin is, it's the day that I went for that walk in the little forest area. There's like a little waterway and forest area close to me. My hair looks awful. Sorry, I just didn't want to do it. And it's that, where was I? Fallbrook. And there's so many great horned owls in the rocks, in the trees, in the wood, it's everywhere. And I came upon that balancing stone, that stone that looked like it looked like a polar bear balancing on a rock. I mean, it looked like a polar bear, but it was this rock that it was impossible that it was doing it, but it was. And I always ask for a gift, and this is one of the ones that I got that day. And I saw it the second I looked down at it, I saw the Puffin instantly. So let's talk about Puffin totem. This is going to be your first totem for the day, if no one has brought one up for you, but it's going to be your first message from me today. It talks about unusual family situations. Oh, wow. You guys always hear me talk, and when I talk, I'm like getting messages to myself, and then later I listen to the reading and I think, what? Oh, what was it? Right? So it's Puffins, clearly they're a water bird. Let me turn the radio down. Oh, I know the other item we're gonna use. I got another item. While we're doing that, we'll pick the items first, okay? And then you can think about what you wanna pick. My son-in-law and my daughter got me this for Christmas. I love all these little things. This little trailer's all together, and it's the color that I'm painting my trailer. So this is the sexy beast for me. Isn't she cute? Oh, she's a she. Okay. Sexy beast, 83 for me. Who was born in 1983? Somebody in my life must have been born in 1983. So that's one. This will be air element. This will be earth element, the Puffin. And I just finished wrapping this is a medium Queen of Wands ceremonial sage wand made with California white sage and my rosemary and my lavender from my garden. It's all wrapped in here. This is medium size, and it's wrapped with an aventurine crystal and has a little embellishment of the key. And it's wrapped in hemp string, and the bottom is wrapped in leather. So you hold it down here, right? You light it on the end, you smudge or put it out in sand, preferably. You can do it in dirt too, right? I just kind of, and then when you burn it down, then you get to here and you take this off and you keep that crystal, but because this crystal is charged, it's Reiki charged, and the crystals are all chosen by spirit. Ooh, did you come undone? Something came undone here. Oh, I haven't tied this yet. Hadn't tied it off. The crystals are charged with Reiki, and the crystals are chosen by spirit for the person. It's interesting that I've gone to make these sage wands for people, and I've chosen crystals for them, and it's been changed. It's been altered. Like, no, this is the crystal you're using. So we'll speak about aventurine as well. Why not, right? Aventurine, think about it. It always makes me think of going on an adventure. And green is the color of growth, and green is the color of healing, and green is the color of abundance. So, and it's the color of your heart chakra. So it's a heart stone. And being that love is the greatest healer of all, this is an incredible healing stone, right? For whoever it goes to. It so because it works, because it's the color green, it'll clear and activate your heart chakra. So I always, every day, I start with Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, and mostly Archangel Michael. I work with him a lot. I've got a hair in my contact. That's fun, right? And I always ask him, do a sweep of my room. Can you do a sweep of me? Can you open up my crown and take away anything that I have polluted in my own? I got upset last night, right? Somebody pushed all my buttons, and it made me upset, and I got angry, and so then I polluted my own shield, and I knew that. So when I calmed down right away, because I'm kind of like a volcano, right? I don't know. It's interesting. Well, maybe it's not like a volcano. Yeah, it is. Because it's like you push me, 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 and then whoosh, and then it's over. Like I don't hold a grudge and I don't stay mad, but it came out. And it's good to come out, because if you hold those feelings inside, it makes you sick. So, oh, there's a little hair. It's on my eyelash, actually. So eyelashes are pretending. Eyelashes are pretending. You're putting on eyelashes, you're pretending something. Something's not truthful. So something's in my eye. I'm not pretending. But somebody was, and that's why I got upset. I have a real issue with liars. So, aventurine, heart healer. It's also a stone to keep you emotionally calm and balanced. It is the stone that I use for my pendulum. That's my aventurine, right? So it's definitely one that I like to kick. I have a very fiery part of my nature. I have an air energy too, so I do a lot of thinking in my head. I'm in my head a lot. And I'm in a Pisces moon, so I'm quite sensitive. So it's important for me to stay balanced and centered and cleared. So that's what these are so powerful for. Why don't we do that? We'll do that while we're talking. Where are you? Oh, I moved my little tables and things around the house because of my little Christmas tree that I don't want to take down until forever. I love it. So this is my sage wand, and you can see I only use it a little at a time. Actually, a lot of the times I'll use the sachets, because I also make the sachet. You can get a little silk sachet with the loose leaves inside of it, and then I put a little Reiki charged crystal. I should tell you guys, right? I talk about it, and then I don't freaking. I'm not very good at advertising myself. I'm really good at promoting other people, and I gotta change that, right? Because this is very important for everyone. So the shamanic. So when you go to my website, like www.theangelswhisper.com, you'll see as soon as you get there, and it looks a little different on your cell phone. Yes, I know. Personal readings, our weekly reading. Ooh, gosh, I haven't done that for so long. I used to post our weekly reading on there. Gosh, I got to do that. Testimonials, which I haven't updated in quite a while. I need to do that. But do go there and see what other people have to say. You'll have more confidence in my abilities when you see what others have to say. Then there's the shamanic toolbox. So I named it for my spiritual twin, Merlin's magical shamanic toolbox. And you've got the third eye, you've got a heart with wings, and you've got a pyramid, and you've got a fairy wand. So Queen of Wands, magical sage, Reiki infused crystal enhanced ceremonial sage wands. So there's a travel mini, which would be quite small, right? So you can take it with you. You don't want to take a big thing like this if you're traveling. A small, this is a medium, right? Mine was a medium. And then there's large, jumbo, super jumbo. So it's 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I have not upped them for such a long time. I probably should, but it's okay. And then I have the sage, like I said, the little sachets, which is, I use that sometimes. Well, I'll do it. I was going to show you, so silly. I was going to show you what the sage sachet looks like when it's working, but I have it right in front of us. I was just going to show you a picture of it, and I thought, well, let's not do a picture of it. Let's just do it, right? Let's do it to it. So the sachet comes in. It's a little silk sachet like this, right? And like I said, oh, I can already feel Archangel. I've talked to Archangel Michael a couple times today, and I've asked him to ignite and clear away. And I've asked the Father to fill me with unconditional love. And it's been working its way up. it's you know what's interesting about that? I don't know what that means. I must have had more to burn off than I thought. Ooh, I think so, because I just barely lit this, and it's quite happy to go, right? I asked him before I started the reading, the Father, Mother, to fill me with unconditional love, and it just reached my heart chakra. So it was clearing away what I had polluted in my own body, which was upsetting thoughts. If it doesn't feel good, don't think it. It doesn't mean for you to ignore red flags, but song right now, we all need someone to lean on. Fire away, fire a gun, we all need someone to lean on. So I knew that I had done that, right? Because I allowed my temper to flare, but I'm so exhausted that, my shield, my resistance was low. I shouldn't have allowed myself to even get phased, right? I keep getting all of these manipulative, lying people that I don't know what they're trying to do. They're trying to do that. They're trying to get me upset. They're trying to make me look like I'm crazy. No, I've got a temper. It doesn't come out unless you provoke it, and I try hard to control it, but like I said, I'm not gonna stuff it down when I'm upset about something. I'll let you know. I would rather know where I stand with somebody, right? Okay, so you light the loose leaves and you blow on it to get the little embers. Can you see the little embers? Hold on. So I got the name of the person who ignited my fire last night. Interesting. And I'll do it a couple times because the energy in my house is beautiful, because the only people that live here are me and my cats. So there's nobody else to mess it up. But I do have a computer that's open, and that energy can come into my house. So you just let it go. I don't, with the leaves, like, they won't burn, like they're not on fire. You just light them, you blow it out, and then it slowly kind of burns, and it does what it needs to do. So this will run until it's good, until we're clear. And like I said, I've already cleaned and had Archangel Michael open my crown and stand guard next to me while my crown was open, because I'm not taking any chances anybody stepping in there with their negative, toxic energy. There's a lot of spiritual people that use their energy in a negative way. Hi, hummingbird. It's our second totem. It's a green one. Love, heart chakra healing. So let's get back to this. Oh, so if you want to, go to my website and check it out. Oh, well, that's what I was going to tell you. Sorry. My loose sage. I'm still tired. I'm still messing. The small, which is this size, $7. Oh my God, I've got to up that. 7, 12, and 16. I've got to update those. That's not enough. The crystals alone are half of that. Oh, I'll have to fix this. I'll have to leave this up. So I will honor it if you order one before I change it, but definitely by the new year that'll be changed. So it's got the Reiki charged crystal in the bag, and the crystal alone has got the powerful healing in it. Never mind the fact that it's containing Reiki energy. So like with mine, I'm burning it a little at a time. I've got kyanite, which is a charging and clearing crystal, because other crystals pick up other energies, right? They pick up energies from other crystals, and they pick up energies from everywhere else, except for kyanite. Kyanite and selenite don't. They are self-charging and self-cleansing, and they cleanse and charge other crystals. And this is rose quartz. So for me, the wisdom was to constantly have the heart chakra, the heart stone, constantly charged and cleared, right? So this is mine. This is very powerful. I love this. Not to mention, I love those two colors together. Here, I'll show you while I'm at it, the difference between the blue kyanite and the black kyanite. Blue kyanite is calming, peaceful, clearing, charging. Black kyanite is for psychic protection. Every healer should have black kyanite. It also clears and charges, but it's for psychic protection. See my cormorant? This is a magical stone. Okay, so the loose leaves chose to only burn a squirt. So let's see if this wants to burn any longer. See the string as you go down, right? The string comes off. Do you want to burn? Let's see. Burn, baby, burn. So you start on the outside edge, because that's where it'll be the driest. Mine's been dried for quite a long time. so it'll burn. So the string is what's getting it going, right? And then generally, like in the summertime, I would hold it up to the fan, and the fan would get it rolling. See the ember right there? So I am doing this because I kind of had the feeling that more needed to be done. So let's clear us, right? Let's clear our shield. Let's clear my computer. Wow, yeah, this is smoking. All right, so I'm just gonna let it sit here. If it continues for too long, I'll smudge it out because I don't want to waste it. So I'm gonna keep that here, that here, that here. So we have one more. So aventurine also, along with the cactus plant, helps clear electromagnetic pollution. So it's another reason I have mine kept keeping it here, because I have my computer, and I'm sitting here constantly in front of this computer, right? And you can, this is one of the crystals that you can actually put in your water, your drinking water. And it takes on the energy of this water. So let me clear my, since I use this to ask questions for my readers, for my clients, look at this. Let's clear it. Clear it, baby. Ooh. Now, I'm gonna put it in my water, because it then takes on the properties and it makes it like an elixir, right? A superpower elixir. I think that's pretty cool. Well, why don't we use this? I was gonna use something else, wasn't I? No, I wasn't. So we'll use this, the yin and yang. And so this is, you would consider this sacred tools, right? It's good to have a little dish like this, because the ash drops all over the ground, and it stains your carpet and it makes a big mess. It's soot, and you don't want that. And you know what's funny about aventurine and why I need it in my water is it calms quick tempers. Oh, well, it's gone all the way in, so it's hanging out there today. I love my Chia Water, I gotta tell you. If you can get a little piece of aventurine, like, see, do I have it on here? Oh God. Oh, I just dropped one of my major crystal clusters, and one little crystal broke off of it. But you know what's incredible? Oh, thank you. These have been in, outside in a box since I moved to, since I was moving to Sedona. Remember, I had to go get my crystals, and because they were out there and they were on the blasting heat in Sedona for a while, and then they were here in the blasting heat, and then they came in the cold. So it's been like cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, which is very difficult. I just dropped this. This is one of my very first clusters that I love, and my aventurine, which is what I just said. I wonder if I have a little piece. It just fell off. It didn't, it smashed, but it didn't break, it didn't chip, it just came off. What's interesting is it's in the shape of a heart with little black around the edges. I think a frostbitten heart fell off. So I'm looking at it thinking to myself, because what did I just say to you? Oh, maybe I hadn't finished. If you put a little piece of aventurine on your cell phone, it will help you, protect you from the electromagnetic energy. So that's why this fell off for me, because this is literally the perfect size. I can put it on inside my case on my cell phone in the back, and then maybe there's something else that needs to go on this. We'll figure out what it is. No, there's already lapis on there. The man in the moon? Oh, that would be cool. Oh, tiger. Okay, we'll ask. Here I am having a conversation with myself. The man in the moon and the tiger's eye. It's between those two. Oh, how funny, because that's my twin and I. All right, correct for neutrality on all levels. Let us roll, shall we? I gotta remember to put this on. Soothing quick temperatures. It's also, if it's good for soothing quick temperatures, it's also good for soothing your temperature in your body. Like if you're not well, right? If you've got stress in your domestic life or your family life, green aventurine is the go-to. What do we want to work with today? What is that? Oh, is this the Shapeshifters? Yay! We haven't done this in a long time. Thanks. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the very first message, and it is a message because it's always, I'm not gonna assign it because I didn't choose these yet, and I didn't give elements to these yet. But It's on the bottom of the deck, and we always pick up what's on the bottom of the deck. Here's the twist in the tale of your life that you were not expecting. It's funny, somebody said to me, the year's not over, plot twist is still has the opportunity. Whoop, so that's the card. I'm not looking at it. So we assigned, who are you? Didn't we say, well, this is going to be fire element because it was burning. And actually it's not. This is fire element, and this is not burning because this is Barbara's. I'll put that over there for her. Fire element. No, maybe I better leave it here because I'll forget. Good Lord. And I said the Puffin was, what did I say the Puffin was? Earth? And I said, Khalid's, tell me where your love lies. I didn't do the last one, I know. I didn't do water, but I'm thinking of who was air and who was earth. This was air, right? Which is interesting, air. This was earth. This was fire. Water element, okay. Water element will be, I made this for my twin soul. A golden retriever's best friend, loyalty, love, protection, friendship, right? And this is one of my very first sculpture pieces that I made. And because I always saw my mother in France and I always saw him by the Eiffel Tower, and we are the Eiffel Tower. The song, my favorite song was, at the time, for quite a long time, was Green Day's Love on Holiday, or On Holiday, right? And it was talking about those who want to knock over the Eiffel Towers, put a gag upon that monument, but that won't be done, right? We won't be knocked over, and there will be no plastic bag upon this monument. We are receptors, right? Energy comes to us, lightning comes to us. This is the stone that I set in the water to send my energy across to my twin to keep him safe when he was in Greece. This is the yin and yang heart. Right next to that is tiger iron. It's also petrified wood, which means your belief and trust and absolute faith in something that you have held true is, because of that, a miracle will occur, and it's a heart-shaped as well. I am an Aries dragon. Oh, that's what just happened. I'll have to find you. You did fall. I used to hold a little crystal ball. Oh, I'm sad about that. I'll have to find it. It's got to be on my desk. There was a little crystal ball that the dragon was holding. And this is also another yin and yang. My best friend gave me this little pewter yin and yang. And this, when I walked the 7 sacred rivers in Sedona the first time in a lightning storm, it was crazy. I was the only one out there. Everyone was running back. I asked for something, and this is what I was given. And if you see it in the summer, in the sunshine, it's beautiful. It glistens. It's incredible. And you can actually see, I mean, I can see, I saw right away the golden retriever, the eye. Look at his perfect nose and his ear here. So this was in honor of my twin soul. And since I am a Pisces moon and he's a Pisces, water element, okay? So we're starting with fire element, I heard. Sacred beetle armor. Okay, so I talked about a beetle. Oh, you guys didn't see it. I did a reading yesterday, and it's 4 hours long. And I was going to, it needed to be done. It was like literally a cleansing. It was probably for me for the year, right? Getting ready for the decade, getting ready to go into the next decade. It was deep. And I chose to just keep it for myself. It's on record. I'll keep it, and I'll let my twins see it one day. But what came up in that was, I don't remember where it came up or why. Oh, it came up because I saw him one time when I was remote viewing, and I saw this very special beetle, and it was black and orange, and it looked like a scarab beetle, and there was a man, Mexican man, sitting there, and he said, "Don't step on that. That's a very, very important insect." And I said, "I know that. I'm a shaman." But the beetle talks about protection. So what's going on right now, this is really nice, is that you have a sacred armor around you right now. This is confirmation. That's just what I did with my Brother Archangel Michael and with the Father, right? I asked for protection around me. I'm asking also that the right words come out, that I hear Spirit the way I'm meant to hear them, that I say the right things, that I understand them the right way, understand what I hear in the correct way, and that I'm able to express it in a way that is most easily understood for you. And I ask that I be used as a divine instrument, an oracle for you, for Spirit. So I asked for a shield of protection, and this is just confirmation that whoever chose the fire element, and for whatever reasons you chose it, the aventurine, the fact that it's the California white sage, whatever reason, the key, the silver key, maybe that meant something to you. Think about why did you choose what you chose. A lot of times people just, maybe you just chose it and you didn't know why. That's okay. But it's telling you that right now, sometimes, you know, sometimes we need to have our shield up, right? And yet we need to have friends as well. So a lot of times we put up a shield, and the shield keeps not only the toxic energy out, but it also keeps out what we want to have come in, which is positive, right? So you might be someone that is a shy person, or you might be someone that is feeling run down like I have been. You might be feeling vulnerable, exposed. You may not know what's quite going on in a situation, so you feel the need to, like, you don't know who's who or what's what. So like I said, I've got all these people coming at me that I know aren't who they say they are, so I keep up a shield of protection, right? And if you're somebody like me who's been spied on by people who wish to interfere and to drain my energy and actually choose to hurt, then you definitely have to have a shield of protection up. And Spirit's not wanting us to be afraid, though. We don't have to be afraid. We just need to keep ourselves shielded from harm. But we don't want to shield away what it is that we want in our lives as far as love and care and true friendship, right? Well, you know, you can't, I mean, it gets to be a problem because you start questioning everybody. You start wondering, you know, if any of them are real, and are you all part of this? And then I start blocking people left, right, and center. I have to. Because of my work, if it's unclear to me and it doesn't feel right and there's something off, I will block you. Just know that. Know it. And if you're just absolutely offended, if something doesn't feel right and you're talking to me and I know you aren't who you say you are, I'm going to block you. I'll give you a couple chances, but then you're done. Because I have to keep it's important that I keep myself protected. I deal with way too many people, right? So if you've been feeling raw, I just heard used. Somebody's been feeling used, oversensitive. My client had a dream the other night, and she called in and she said, I had a dream, and this black woman said to me, men peel women's skin off, and she says, but he won't do it again. And so black is, because of the repression and slavery, to be a black person is about overcoming the odds. In a dream, it's about feeling, you know, like you're strong, you're able to endure, you can handle it, you feel good about yourself, right? You don't really care about what other people think because you recognize that you've got to love yourself. And skin is your sensitivity, right? Like think about, for me, it's like candles, right? I put a cup of water in the microwave, but I put it in a mug. And oh, Sandy, I put my Who Gives a Fox mug in there, and it's a gold metallic handle, and I didn't think about that. It was late at night. And it was in there sparking, and I didn't realize that. And it literally put a crack in my cup, which is a bummer. But I went there to lift it out, and my hands melted. My skin melted. And at first, of course, it's searing pain, and then you don't feel anything, right? It's like your fingers are plastic. So if you have the fact that person said that the man peels women's skin off, it was a situation she was in. This person hurt her. It made her, literally made her vulnerable. Think about if your skin's missing, you're exposed and vulnerable to anything to damage you. You don't have any protection. This is what holds you together, right? And so that's the same thing. You maybe feel like you've had your skin peeled off, and you're extremely open, involved. It's almost like a burn victim, right? You've been burned, and they have to remove the skin, and then they have to allow it to heal for a while, and then allow it to, it's just the most grueling process. But you don't then feel. If your skin is melted or burned, you're not going to feel it, right? So right now you may be feeling numb to a situation. You may choose to keep that shield around you because you don't want to be burned again. But when you think about your skin is also a protection as far as it's like a filter that stops whatever it is on the outside from getting inside, right? So if anybody toxic energy comes at me, it gets on my shield on the outside. But what I do on the inside, that's my inside job. If I keep myself in a healthy mental space of peace, if I choose, like this morning, I just start, as soon as I open my eyes, I start, you know, I'm safe, I'm loved, I'm whole, I'm peaceful, I am calm, I'm protected, all comes to me, the perfect timing, I am deserving, I am loving, I am whatever, right? You just start doing that. So my inner self is healthy inside, but there's a lot of toxic energy coming on me from the outside. So your skin is catching that, right? Your skin is keeping that from you on the outside. So Spirit is saying at this time, Spirit's going to step in. If you are run down because you can't keep up with it, if you're exhausted, right? So there's divine intervention that's stepping in. And that's what last night when I went through what I did, and this person was on the phone was talking to me and was saying all these things. I was being told things about my twin that were disgusting. And I was just like, you know, Spirit said, no more talking. This is not a friend. And the person was blocked, right? I don't need to hear things like that. So I asked for divine intervention. I was tired, I was upset, and I knew that when I was upset, my shield would weaken. And that's how people get your energy, is they push your buttons so that they get you upset, and then your shield breaks down, and they're able to pull your light from you. They're able to pull your energy. So I knew that I was upset, and I hadn't calmed down. It takes me a few minutes to calm down, right? So I asked for divine intervention. I asked for a shield of protection. I asked to be cleared, and I asked for my twin to be put in a shield of protection. So at this time, because if the person was saying that about him to me, they were also attacking him, right? So this is telling you that you have had divine intervention. So not only has my twin had divine intervention, and you have, in the form of psychic protection, strong psychic protection. I'm very careful. I wear... It comes in, hold on, I'm going to do this delicately. He comes to bed with me, and it goes in my bra when I wake up. My pre-night, right? This is my pre-night with my royal stag, which stands for the divine masculine. I keep that right next to me in my bed, and I keep it in my bra every single day. And it is for psychic protection. It's also love, healing, right? Heart, because it's the same color. Pre-night, it's the dream stone, so it keeps my dreams safe so that others can't get into my dream space and say things or implant things that are incorrect, because they can do that. Yes, they can. If you connected with somebody, they can send messages through you in your dreams, and it gets confusing, right? So you have had Spirit step in. The sacred beetle is, it's like the scarab beetle. It is for protection, and it's, if anybody sends anything towards you, any negative thoughts, any words, it'll bounce off you. I'm thinking about that song, firing bullets at the ones who run, right? Titanium, I'm titanium. But they're telling you this is done because Spirit has seen that somebody has done that. Spirit saw that somebody has been either sending criticism your way, has been draining your energy, has been gossiping about you, has been trying to manipulate you, and because of that, they have stepped in. But they're giving you this message to tell you that quickly now you need to clear your shield, clear your energy, ask for Michael to sweep your room, your house, your car, your computer, sweep it. I'm asking, as I ask, he's doing it, right? Of anything that has gotten in, anything that is toxic in any way, anything that's misleading, anything that will set me off in the wrong direction, right? That will make me feel sad, that will damage me, that will come between my twin and I, whatever it is, I'm asking for a sweep. And anything in my auric field that has been damaged on another level, like a higher dimension, right? Because there's spiritual warfare as well. And you do whatever you need to do. I've got symbols that stand at my gates, at my doors. I've got lights for Archangel Michael, blue, at every corner, and I ask him, there's one there, there's one here, there's one here, there's one right in front of me, and that's Archangel Michael's color. So I ask that Archangel Michael fill those items with his protective energy, right? I've got a guard cat inside, and I've got a guard dog outside, which makes perfect sense because this is the guard dog, which is me, right? Loyalty, love, and protection. And the cat is my twin, right? So, and you're asked to do that. It's important that you do that. Okay, so that was just confirmation that yes, I did the right thing blocking that person. That person was who I thought they were. Okay, so now, because I am fire, I told you I was like a volcano, so that was clearly my message. So now we're gonna go to my cute little trailer. This is, my daughter says it's a pen holder, and I said, not for me. It's gonna be a crystal holder. Or it could be, yeah, it's gonna be a crystal holder. I'm gonna get, my intention, it's just that when I get my crystals, I use them, I make things with them. But here's selenite. Let's do that. Actually, maybe that's why this is happening right now. What are the ones I need? This one? And that, which one? Selenite, one more. One for the heart. Okay. So I'll put my crystals in them and they'll sit in that corner. That's another corner because that corner's exposed actually, and the radio's there. So that's kind of another window to the world. So I put my selenite wand in one because that will clear and charge all of them. This is my soulmate stone, my Shiva lingam, right? 2 and 1 together. So that goes in here. Ooh, it just barely fits. Can it go in the front? Maybe I need to put a baby one in there. Nope, that one has to go. Okay. And then this is, I have aventurine in my head, but it's not aventurine. It is, oh, it's just floating around in my head. I'll have to think. Oh, I don't see it when it's down there though. I have to put something down underneath it so I can see it. I know what I'll do. I'll put another clear quartz charger in there because that will amplify it. Amazonite. Amazonite. I lost my Peruvian opal that looked like Amazonite. Amazonite, and then a chunk of amethyst. So that's interesting. Those are my favorite colors. And there we go. We got that ready. That is for air element, right? Keep your thoughts. Most of that, the message to that is keep your thoughts positive. Whatever you're thinking, do you like what you're creating with what you're thinking? If not, elevate your stinking thinking. Woo, there you go. So air element. You have gotten too big for that little pond that you are floating around in. You have been hanging out with these dragonfish. They're called dragonfish. They're koi, but they are literally Japanese? They say that they are baby dragons, but they never leave that pond because they never become the dragon. But you have become the dragon. So you need to leave where you are. You have been camouflaging yourself. You've been doing you've been keeping yourself protected, keeping yourself safe, hanging out with this group of people, right? And you were safe there at that time, but you've grown because you have awakened and you've grown beyond here. This is a message I'm getting but these people helped me. These people were my friends and they helped me get where I am. But yet, remember we talked the other day about you have surpassed them, however. You have awakened. You've had an awakening and they may have been your friends and they may have been helpful and that's great. And maybe this was the safe place for you to be at that time, but no longer. It is now keeping you isolated. It's keeping you restricted. You need to move past this pond. You've outgrown them and this need for safety. You're clinging. You're holding on and you need to let go. You're holding on. You're trying to play it safe and Spirit says, nope, you got to let it go. The colors are orange and white. Orange is your sacral chakra, your seat of sexual energy and creativity. Have you been hurt in a relationship? So you're keeping yourself protected. Is that why? But if you don't allow your sexual self to move forward, you're also stunting your creative self. So if you're wondering why things aren't working, they work in unison. If one part of you is blocked, your chakra's blocked, the rest of it doesn't work either, right? So you're staying in Spirit's telling you it's time that you left that little pond and moved out into the world, but you're clinging. You're holding on to something. It might be that you were in a situation or you were maybe you had a job that you had started with these people, right? And the company that you started with these people, and you put a lot into it. You invested a lot into it, but there's not enough room for everybody in there. Somebody's got to go, and they're not leaving. You have to leave because you have the gifts and you're the one that needs to move. They're happy to swim around there underneath in the dirt. They're in the dirt. You're not meant to. You need to come out. So Spirit's asking for you to let go of that safety zone that you're in, that comfort zone. And actually, it's really not very comfortable. It's quite cramped. And you feel kind of stifled and you feel stuck, and you do, because you have stifled your own creativity. That's what's going on. And if you've stifled your creativity, your sexual energy is stifled as well. So your relationships won't be doing any good for you at this time either. So you can see this one holding on to, you know, big brother here, right? Holding on, not wanting to let go, feeling like I'm protected in here. If I leave this space, I won't be protected. But Spirit wouldn't ask you to go anywhere if you weren't protected, right? You have literally started to be camouflage yourself and started to take on the colorings of them. Look at the bottom of her. That's her or him, right? You started taking on their ideas, taking on their mannerisms. You started to become like them, and you're not like them. Who is this? Air element. Interesting. So while you went into that safety zone, and maybe you're just thinking, no, this was, you know, this is a tough job. It doesn't matter. You're hiding something. You're keeping yourself away from something. You're protecting yourself away from something. And you've had plenty of food, you've had plenty of shelter, you've had friends hanging out with you, right? And maybe you went there because you were being hunted. Somebody's afraid of somebody in there, right? Hiding out in that place, but you got to move on. It might even have been a relationship that you were clinging to that you felt was safe. And now Spirit says this situation is actually sucking you away. You're becoming this group of people or this person. You're becoming like them, and you're not them. You're losing your own identity. So, and if you're so cramped in that place, it's going to make you tired. It's going to make you feel like you don't want to do much. Listless is the word that I was getting. You're going to feel unwell. You may not realize why you feel unwell. And when you go to leave, it's going to be uncomfortable because it's change. And change is always uncomfortable, right? It's going to feel, you're going to feel like you're exposed. But remember, Spirit said that there's a shield of protection around you while you, right now, intervention, right? But you've outgrown this what you think was safe. Safe is now stuck. Safe is now dormant. Safe is now no longer a haven. This is not your haven. Maybe it was at one time, but it is no longer now. And you need fresh water. That water, I said they were in the dirt. They're in the mud. It's murky. They're energy. You need a filter, a fresh filter. This is not getting filtered. These guys are fine to swim around in that kind of sewage, but you're not. You need fresh waters. You need to go into the open sea. You need to be free. Free is the word. Freedom. And then the energy starts moving through your body. You can't even break out and get a good stretch here. You're so cramped in with everybody else, right? And you don't have to worry, because when you do that and you start flexing your muscles and you start allowing that energy to flow through you, you're going to be very successful, because you're then allowing your sacral chakra to be ignited. And then you start prospering. So if you're thinking, if I leave this, it's not going to be good for me, I'm doing well here, or I won't do well without them, you're wrong. You're wrong. You will do better without them. Spirit wouldn't tell you to do it. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the Puffin, I did. Wow, same message, and I want to go too. I want to get this little trailer fixed. I'm not going to go over it. We'll do another. I've got to get my trailer fixed. Look at the blue sky outside, so it'll be warm enough down there for me to get. Oh, love, I love this. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, ooh. Wow. Okay, 3 messages, and I need to see. So this is for Puffin. First thing that flipped, heart chakra spinning. I'm a sucker for you. Loyal guardian, good dog Carl. Right now you have a fierce protector around you. Magical protection. You might think, like, so I chose this, right? So Spirit's saying you have a loyal guardian. You have someone that's protecting you. But I'm also protecting. I am also protecting that big dog, right? It's a mutual exchange that's going on here. So for you, you're being told that at this time, if you've been feeling bullied, if you've been feeling picked upon, if you've been feeling, I'm over it. I am over all of this bullshit that's been coming at me. It's been happening for way too long, and they just don't freaking stop. They just keep coming like army ants, right? Get the army ants the hell out of my life. So Spirit's saying, we heard it. You know, we know you're done. You're tired. You're sick of dealing with this bullshit, and maybe you too. There's somebody that's very, very loyal guarding me. There's somebody that's very, very loyal guarding you. I know my mom's with me. She showed up in the reading. You guys saw her. That was incredible. That was incredible. So we're talking about Good Dog Carl is a book that there's a series, an English series of books. I used to collect children's books when my kids were little, and in all reality, I collected them for me because my mother and grandmother always read us books, always, and I always read books with my kids. So I had this book collection, and I had a storage unit that everything of mine was stolen, all my book collection. But this was in a box, and this is one of my many Good Dog Carl. And it's a dog. It's a Rottweiler. It's a big dog, right? And it's been paid to take care of this baby, paid with treats, paid with biscuits and love. It's the family dog, and it takes care of the baby while the mommy is at work. And I understand that. And see, I told you someone was telling me lies about my twin, right? It was in regards to this child. So here's the mom and the baby. There's Good Dog Carl, and she's kind of thinking, oh, well, I can't really do this. We got to worry about the child. No, Carl will take care of him. So Carl is taking care, and they play and they run around, and because they're very gentle. So this energy is protective and loyal, but also very loving and very gentle, right? You don't have to fear this energy, but others would definitely have to worry if somebody came at this baby, right? And I'm letting you know too. That's what Archangel Michael and my team is saying to these ones that keep doing this to me. You need to be very, very careful when you are coming at one of God's workers. You best back off. You're creating karma that you do not want to deal with. Right? So Spirit's telling you right now, if you have been feeling like you've been under attack, if you've been feeling bullied by people, bullied. There's a lot of people, I'm being bullied. That's what it is. It's bully. It's like adult bullying, right? What's that called? Catfishing and yeah, jealousy, right? People doing stupid things like that. So it could be you or it could be somebody in your life. Like I said, I asked for a shield of protection around my twin. Right? Because I knew what was coming at me, and I knew they were saying it about him, and they were trying to cause me to go in a certain direction. So I knew that energy was not only affecting me, but it was going at him probably harder. So I called in protection. I'm allowed to do that. He's my twin. You're allowed to call in protection for the people that you love as well. So you've been bullied is the message Spirit is saying. You've been bullied. You've been feeling vulnerable. You've been feeling run down. You've been feeling possibly, maybe you've believed things that people have said about you, because when you get tired, when you're in such a rotten place, maybe you've been around a bunch of narcissistic people. Maybe you were raised by a narcissistic brother or a family, right? Whatever it is, if you've been feeling this and starting to take on the beliefs of what these people have said about you, or you're not good enough, or they won't want you, or they're never going to forgive you, or whatever the crap is that they've been saying, you've been feeling, maybe you've been sick. Maybe you've been physically ill, right? Maybe you worked yourself to a frazzle. Maybe you've had an accident. Maybe you've had emotional, just too much came up, right? And so you're feeling very, very weak, and which makes you feel bad, because you don't want to feel weak. Nobody wants to feel weak, right? But you have to also understand that Spirit knows, and they're asking you to allow them to help you. They're also asking you to let others know. It's not weakness to ask for assistance. It's a sign of wisdom, right? And you've probably gone, like all of us, last year was a really tough year, learning year. Wow, huge learning curves. And so we're all, I definitely ascended another level. I went up another level after I had this whole download. I was up for probably 3 days getting downloads, getting maybe 2 hours, maybe a night of sleep, right? And I know that when that's done and the epiphanies start coming in, I've leveled up another level, right? Kicks your ass while you're there, but then afterwards you're stronger. So you have leveled up. But when we've leveled up, we're now, it's like we've gone from junior high school to high school, from high school to graduation, to college to university. And every time we go to the next level, we're newborn, right? We're new. So we're vulnerable when we're new. And when a butterfly first starts flexing its wings, you saw the butterfly fly around me, right? When the butterfly's wings just are, when they come out of the chrysalis, their wings are wet and they're very, very delicate and they can rip, so they have to be allowed to dry. So emotional, right? Emotional energy, have to let that dry out, and then they start to flex them a little bit, and they start to move them a little at a time, right? One step at a time. Nobody expects you to be perfect. And you can't hit the ground running, right? You gotta one step at a time if you've come out of a difficult situation. Don't expect perfection from yourself, and don't expect that you can do everything all at once. my friend Frank, my neighbor that's helping me with my little trailer, I hope he does. I'm going to text him and see if he will today. Like I said, he is a recovered alcoholic. He's been clean for 14 years, but he goes every week and he sponsors people, right? That's what he says to the people, that every little step is a milestone, and celebrate that. Don't expect to hit the ground running. Just every day, it's each new day, right? So you're feeling maybe in this way, and he guides people. I guide people. I'm a spiritual guide, right? So maybe something's new for you, so you need guidance, and you need protection in some way, and you need companionship from the right people, right? The last was not a place that you were supposed to stay. So right now, Spirit's saying, it's okay. We know what you need. And energetically, you have a very, very protective guardian with you. And I'm telling you, if he has to snap and growl and bite, he will. It's like when I have spiritual warfare going on, psychic attacks, it comes from different levels, right? This screen that I have behind me, this antique screen, right there, when I bought that screen, I clear everything when it comes home. I videotaped it, and as I was videotaping it, several people started walking out of it. And I never get scared when it's happening. It was the middle of the day. And I said to them, I don't know who you are and I don't care. I opened the door. I was that close to the door. I opened the door and I said, you got 3 seconds to get out. 3 seconds to get out of my house. If not, Michael's going to take you out. And you don't want to go where he's going to take you. And that's what this is, right? You can stop bothering her. You can stop doing this to her, or we're going to handle it. And you're not going to like the way we handle it. It will be handled. So this is what Spirit's assuring you of. So don't worry. You don't have to be worried, right? If there are people in your life that are making you feel uncertain or uncomfortable or threatened, you trust what you're feeling. You call on spiritual team, whoever that is for you, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Raphael is the healing angel. Metatron works with alcoholics, drug addicts, children. If you have a child that you're concerned with, crystal child. I always have Metatron working with my grandson, right? He's a crystal child, very sensitive. But because they are gifted children, they're going to have more come at them because dark energy wants to mess with them, right? Wants to make them be afraid of their gifts or embarrassed of their gifts, or just that they're very vulnerable because they will be extra sensitive, right? So you call on, I would call Michael, Metatron, and Raphael, all of them, right? Michael will stay with the child or with you, because Michael can be everywhere at the same time, but Metatron will check in. He'll say, here, I'll bring you a sacred geometry. I'll bring you something that you could wear as a talisman, something that means something to you, right? You don't even have to know what it is. They'll bring it. They'll do it. And Raphael is the healing angel, right? So whatever you need, you call them in. And I'm telling you, this one will sniff it out before you do. So even if you're not quite sure, you'll start getting messages from Spirit. Whoa, 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 right? Songs, people talking, me talking about it. You may not even have been aware. If you've chosen this card, you were like, oh my God, I didn't even realize, right? So right now they're saying that this bullying behavior is being handled. If it has intimidated you, do not be concerned, because there's someone that's on your side and they will not let you down, and they will not let you face this by yourself. They are loyal, 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 right? And two that came out at the same time were two kittens and wolf moon. So two kittens is a message that says there are two things that you like, two jobs that you like, two people that you like, two friends that want your attention, two soulmates, two pets that need your love and care. But you can only choose one. And it's a choice that only you can make. And you have been trying to hold on to both. They're both soulmates, possibly, but one is not meant to be with you, and the other one absolutely is. One you love, the other one you're in love with. Same thing with a job, same thing with a school. You'll know what it is if you go to throw a quarter in the air. My grandson said he was looking at shoes. There were red shoes. Got him some Vans, at Christmas. So we're standing there in the store, and he's looking at this one. It was white. They were white with just a little bit of green, and they weren't Vans. And I know he asked for Vans. That's really what he wanted originally. They were Adidas. And he saw them up on the shelves, and he goes, well, those are cool. But I know that it was Vans that he wanted. He's a skater, right? And but they were bold, and they were bright. They were red, and he loved that, right? But he's an understated kind of guy, and what his friends think matter to him, And I'm teaching him, don't be so concerned what they think. because he's a trendsetter. They look up to him, and he doesn't realize that. So he says, Nama, which ones do you think I should get? And I said, which ones do you want? And he goes, I don't know, I can't make up my mind. And I knew he wanted Vans. That's what he asked for. So what was it that you originally wanted, right? What was your original purpose? What was it that you would have chosen if nobody was there? If everybody said that they loved them both, which would you choose, right? So he kind of looks over at the white ones, and he goes, well, you make the choice. And he kind of was like, you make the choice. And I said the red ones, and he goes, okay, cool. And he grabbed them, and I'm like, it was very clear that you wanted the red ones all along. Why didn't you just choose those? Right? So that's what's going on right here. You know. So make the choice, because right now everybody's hurting. Both of them, both people that are waiting, both jobs that are waiting, both relationships that are waiting. You're hurting everybody. You are the one that's hurting it because you haven't made the decision. And you need to make that choice. And Spirit has done that with me. I have 2 soul connections, energetic connections, very strong past life connections, right? Both I feel a connection to. One I'm in love with. I made my choice a long time ago. But when these people come to me constantly, one after another, and people would say, why would you talk to them? Because I don't know that it's them again. They always come back in a different form, and they come back and they start in a different way. And they start in kind of like a backhanded compliment, right? They start building you up, and oh, you're so amazing, and you're beautiful, and you're this and you're that, and you're like, they fluff that because they're used to doing that. That's this narcissism, right? They fluff your ego, they get your attention, they gain your trust, and then they kind of slide little weird things in. Like, what was it the person said to me? I'll give you an example. This is pretty funny. And yes, I'm going to go back to the Puffin, because I said that the other day and we didn't go back to it. But I'm going to give you an example, because sometimes it's hard for you to recognize what you're getting, right? Because you don't want to do like what I said. You don't want to start suspecting everybody, right? Spirit lets me know who these people are because of the names that they're given. And they choose the names, it's funny. But to me, those names mean something else in my life. I associate them with something in my life, and I know right away now who they are. So I'll give you an example about what this person said. Like, they'll say something that sounds positive, but you know that it's they don't mean it in that light. I can see why they chose you to be his twin. You're so strong, meaning you're too much, right? Or something. And I'm not reading into this because I won't tell you all the stuff that was said. But the person tried to gain my trust by fluffing my ego. The thing is, I don't have a huge ego, so that doesn't work for me. Right? Where is it? And the person, they didn't say his name. They said, this person feels this way. This person feels this way. And I'm like, don't be speaking for this person. This person has been told by his family that she's too different. She wouldn't want him. She's not smart enough. The woman's older. He can have any woman because he's beautiful. And then there's another one. Where's the part that was so funny? It's kind of like, what was I thinking about? Like a backhanded compliment. When we are used to seeing ourselves young and vibrant in our mirror, and then one day, after going through so much, our image shows us someone that we don't recognize. No matter how loved we are, we need to see and accept ourselves. And you're thinking, well, that's a positive thing, except for how it was starting out. That, where is it? I just was like, I've had backhanded compliments often. Come on. I saw a reader, and this is nothing against you. It's nothing about you, because of course you're beautiful. But this woman looked very tired and had gone through a lot. Right? She looked like shit, basically. So, I mean, of course, I'm not talking about you. All right, thanks. Block, right? So there's that. So then Wolf Moon comes up. Now you've got the dog, the protector, and then you've got the Wolf Moon. And again, I will watch over you. Now look at the difference. Remember what I said? This is what I love about a wolf pack. The dog is on the alert, watching out for her here, right? But here, she's on the alert, watching out for him, right? And she's wearing the mark. She's got that mark. They are the same team. They're the tribe. It makes me think of that song, Wake Me Up When It's All Over, right? How everyone from that soul family, they all had the mark of the wolf, right? And that one is very comfortable in her energy, and she is very watchful. I'm looking at the dark circles under her eyes. She's gone through as much as he has, right? But she's staying awake at night because she's not going to let anything get to that wolf. No, hell no. Notice the divine feminine energy, right? So you're being just told again and again and again, do not worry. You're being watched over, and your loyalty is also being appreciated and acknowledged. And this deck, I dream about decks before they come. I dreamed cards in this deck probably 3 years before the deck was created, and I went to get this right here, this talisman. This is lapis lazuli, and this is my moonstone, right? And that's my talisman, and I would wear that. If Spirit said you need to wear your talisman, this goes on, right away. I have other ones on for certain things right now. Like right now, my mom's protecting me. That's why I was asked to put on these particular things. So this is also a message about if you do not have a talisman, they're asking you to create one. And you can buy one, or you can get a tattoo, right? Something that means something to you, but you're being asked to get a talisman, a protective, this will be your protective amulet. Amulet is the word. Talisman, amulet, are they the same word? Talisman, amulet. Talisman, I always think is like when you go on a journey. Maybe you're going on a journey. Talisman, definition, I just want to see. Amulet is what I was actually thinking. It has magic powers and it brings good fortune. Okay, so amulet is actually what I meant. Amulet. Piece of jewelry to give you protection against evil, danger, or disease. Okay? So this is a protective amulet. Sorry. And Spirit's asking for you to do that. You can have a symbol that means the same thing. That's why a tattoo would mean that, right? A lot of times people have the evil eye. They wear the evil eye. Whatever this might be for you. But it's basically telling you that a clan brother is watching over you. One of the wolf pack is watching over you, right? So they're telling you also to pay attention because of the full moon right there. What is that? I always get this wrong on my calendar. You got to pay attention to the full moon is on the 12th of December, and the next full moon, we have an eclipse coming in January. Oh my gosh, I got to get a new calendar. I got to get a new calendar. I'm running out. So, the next full moon. Well, pay attention. I'm gonna have to go. I guess I gotta go up to Idlewild because that's where I get my calendars for Mayor Max. But pay attention 3 days before the full moon and 3 days after the full moon, and see what's going on with your body. You're gonna be a little bit more emotional. You're gonna be a little bit more withdrawn. You're gonna be more sensitive, or whatever it is. You may be getting downloads. I get affected very much. On the eclipse, the night of the eclipse, my moonstone burned me. On the full moon, it burns me. I mean, it's powerful. It just shows the power of, and maybe my moonstone's been through a lot. And as I said, I am a Pisces moon and my twin is a Pisces, right? So I've been through a lot and he's been through a lot. And this stone stands for us. And we're burned out. We've been through a lot. We've been burned, right? So the stone is showing me that as well. It's not just burning me. It's not hurting. My stone isn't hurting me because it doesn't love me, or my twin's not hurting me because he doesn't love me. I'm not hurting my twin because I don't love him. But we are being burned out. And if we're both burned out, we're not going to be helpful for each other, right? So we need to be careful. So my moonstone was letting me know, hey, it's eating away at you. Something's eating away at you. You're getting burned out. So pay attention to what happens 3 days before and 3 days after the full moon, and see what's going on in your life, and you'll possibly notice a pattern. You might find yourself overanalyzing, you might find yourself super sensitive, you might find yourself retreating, you might find yourself cranky, you might find yourself suspicious. I don't know, whatever happens for you. You might find yourself just very emotional,